I'm talking today to David Afugani, who is the Chief Marketing Officer of RLG, which is a handset assembler based in Ghana. David, tell me, what was the idea that started RLG?
Oh, good. The idea started about, I would say 10 years ago. It was found on, the vision of a young man who had seen poverty in its naked form.
And this is Mr. Roland Agambiri.
Roland Agambiri, who is my immediate boss.
Yeah.
So he decided to confront poverty by using himself as an example to create opportunity for others. So what he did was, in the initial stage when internet was introduced in Ghana, he started by rolling out a couple of internet cafes across the length and breadth of Ghana. After some time, the internet business started slowing down because of mobile telephony and stuff like that. And that was the early stages of mobile telephony. So he identified an idea that there was a growing demand for telephone, but there were no means that these phones could be repaired. So he saw this opportunity and launched the first ever mobile phone repair shops across the country. He started recruiting people, got people from other multinationals like Nokia to transfer technology to young school dropouts on how to repair these handsets. So from 2002, RLG had a network of mobile phone repair shops across the country. So if you mention mobile phone repairs in Ghana, the only name that comes is RLG. From that point, RLG said, no, if we can do this, let's take it a step further by training more of the youth, because they were teaming unemployed youth. Why don't we give people the opportunity? We train them and they can go to their localities, set themselves up, and also take the opportunity of the advantage of the opportunities within their area. So we started by rolling out the first ever mobile phone repairs assembly training school, where we started training young men on how to repair mobile phones.
So how many people have you got working for you now?
So far, RLG has a size of almost 450 across the length and breadth of Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they assemble those phones in small-scale workshops or in a factory?
No, in a factory. Where we sit here, we have two lines running.
Okay.
The mobile phone assembly and the laptop assembly.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we got to this level where we started training the youth, the unemployment menace in Ghana continued to gain a lot of attention. So we saw an opportunity to team up with the government of Ghana to, train more of the youth, so that they could have hand-on, skills on applied ICT.
Yeah.
So we did the first partnership with the government of Ghana. That's in 2006, where we trained the first batch of 1,000.
Okay.
The program went successfully. Based on that success, they gave us another, contract to train additional 6,000. We did our work diligently, and as I speak to you right now, we are on another project where we are supposed to train over 24,000 youth across the length and breadth of Ghana. After training all these technicians and engineers, then another opportunity comes that if somebody can dismantle and repair a phone, that person, given the necessary parts, can put the same phone together. So we started signing agreement with production houses across the world to get where we will get all the the parts, and these people will turn them into the mobile phone handsets that you see today.
And what's the range of handsets that RLG is doing, describe both from the basic to the smart?
As I speak to you right now, we start from the basic handsets, which is less than even $12.
$12?
Yes.
Right.
Up to the top range we have now is $200.
And that's what for a smartphone?
That goes for a smartphone, 2 touch screens, all running on the Android platform.
Okay.
Yes. So that has been the journey of RLG, from an internet cafe coming to mobile phone repairs outlet to mobile phone training center, and metamorphosing into an ICT or applied ICT,
producer. Yeah. And those phones, what are the big sellers amongst your handsets?
Yeah. For us, if you look at it, our business is driven by insights from the market.
Yeah.
So, based on our insights, Ghanaians want quality phone but affordable. And what Ghanaians mean by affordability is any phone that is within the range of $15 to $20. They can buy it on impulse.
Yeah.
So most of our market is around that corner. And of course, we have the mid-range, market where people can afford phones that are around $40 to $70.
Yeah.
Then you can go beyond that. A very small niche of people who can afford phones that are above, let's say, $100. So that drives our market and our production.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in order to get a smartphone that would sell well in this market, it would have to be between $40 to $70.
Sure. If you want to meet the mid-range market,
it
has to be between that market.
And the handsets are sold through dealers or directly to operators?
Our route market is very simple. We have our own outlet, so direct from RLG to our own, retail outlet across the country.
Utilizing the repair network.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is the first one.
Yeah.
We have a partnership with Espresso. We produce CDMA phones for Espresso. So every Espresso outlet across Ghana, RLG has a salesperson there and RLG has a presence there. Okay. We also have a partnership with Tigo.
Yeah.
So every Tigo outlet across Ghana, RLG has a presence there.
Okay.
We also have a consignment sales arrangement with Airtel. So almost every Airtel outlet across Ghana, you will find RLG. And as I speak to you right now, we are virtually signing an agreement with MTN where we'll be collaborating on a lot of, market activities. So that's the first one. Number two, we also have a chain of phone shops across the country, independent phone shops across the country, well registered, well tagged, well segmented, and we target them based on the profile that we have.
Okay. So in terms of the laptops that you're doing, what's the price of the laptops?
The price of the laptop is call it $250.
Okay, so it's pretty much the same price as other laptops in the market. There's no price advantage particularly in that one. Okay, what sort of volumes? Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands are you selling with the?
Our first consignment of laptops. So far, we produced over 20,000 laptops for the Ghana government through various agencies of state. Some of them are meant as prize package for brilliant science and mathematics and technology students. Some are meant to promote ICT in rural communities. That one is through Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communication. We also currently rolling out a project, Better Ghana ICT project with the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology, and we are also aiming towards, gaining a contract from the Ministry of Education towards helping them to implement the one laptop per child project that will see the rolling up of almost about 1 million laptop to every child of school going age. But back to the initial decision, when we launch our laptop, we haven't officially launched our laptop into the market. But I can bet you within the space of 1.5 months, we have sold over 10,000 laptops.
Right. And going back to the handsets again, what's the sort of sales volume of the handsets?
Currently, RLG is doing over 60,000 handsets across Ghana every month.
Okay. And what are your ambitions for selling these handsets outside of Ghana? Because obviously Ghana is a biggish market, but not that large compared to doing volume in terms of the handset production.
As I speak to you right now, RLG is in the Gambia. We implemented the ICT model of the National Youth Employment Program so successfully to the extent that it started attracting attention from other neighboring countries. So the Gambian government, through GAN Jobs, also an agency of state that tried to create opportunity for youth employment, came to visit Ghana, and after going through all the models, the one that caught their attention was our model, because of how effective and efficiently we had implemented them. So as I speak to you right now, RLG, in partnership with a local firm, Unique Solutions, is rolling out training for the first batch of 70. And I can tell you, they have graduated, and based on the success, the Gambian government is giving us additional 2,000 young men to produce for them, to train. Secondly, we are in Nigeria. Based on the success in Ghana to the Nigerian government through Osun State, a rep came to Ghana, studied the model, and realized that it was a wonderful idea that can be, rolled out for a sustainable impact on unemployment in the country. So as I speak to you right now, just about a week ago, we signed an agreement with the Osun State government, and we are going to train 20,000 young men in mobile phone repairs and assembly. That lays the foundation, the human resource foundation that we need. And from a successful training, we go to the next level where we set up assembly plant for these people to feed the assembly plant, and then start, importing parts from across the world and assembling them in Nigeria. So we are very ambitious. Already in Gambia, sales is going on. Until the political crisis in Ivory Coast, we used to have a representative there doing sales there, and now Nigeria. So we are seeking, as part of our strategic objective, RLG is seeking to be the dominant player in applied ICT across the West African sub-region by the end of 2016.
And obviously an enormous amount of handset sales are based on, in a sense, having marketing profile. And you as a marketing manager, I'm sure will be able to tell me what you're doing, in a sense, to raise the profile of the handsets within the market. What kind of marketing activity you've been doing?
So far, as I mentioned, our strategies are driven from the market. It's a bottom-up approach. Go to the market, know what the market wants, and we do. So far, if you look at the income segmentation of Ghanaians, we have about 60% being at the bottom. So if you want to succeed in our market, then you need to plan your production and your marketing activities to suit that. The middle range is just about 10 to 15%.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the top range.
Yeah.
So we find about 70% of people who can barely afford a handset that is between, $10 to $15 at most. That's what they can purchase without, an hitch on their pockets.
Sure.
Okay. Then in the middle bit, people can afford somewhere between average of $30 to $45, and the rest we call it the up market. And we have the topmost market.
So how are you getting across to those different segments?
Yeah. What we do, beyond the product, our communication is also segmented. We use radio basically to appeal to those people at the low end. We also approach them with drama, the popular, playwrights that they know, they see on television. We put them together, and on popular market days, we go there on the platform, using RLG to project whatever message that RLG has to offer. We also do a lot of street sales. We also do a lot of activities around religion, and on Fridays, Muslim mosques. On Sundays, we do activities around churches, just to come closer to people. Okay. In the middle zone, okay, through our, top range media houses like quality television, quality radio activities, and quality newspaper and magazines. We address the mid to the top end market through that. Also, through our sponsorships, we are able to segment to the extent that we have sponsorship that are purely for the middle market, sponsorship for the low market, and sponsorship for the up market. So these are the segmentations that we have. And even the communication, in terms of what goes into the content of every communication, we plan that before we go into execution. And we also rely heavily on professional marketing communicators, So we plan the raw message and give them the target audience, and they are able to convert them into suitable languages to suit the needs of all the ranges that we have.
David, thanks for talking to me.